Welcome, Resilience family, to another episode of Resilience with Dawn Olivia. That's me, y'all. I just want to thank you. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week, guys. And here we are again, starting anew. And guys, I have an awesome, incredible woman, and I am kind of grateful she's here at this time because, of course, y'all, is March. Is Women's Month, Women's International Month, and all the way from Barcelona, y'all, is Roit Feldenkreis. And guys, just phenomenal. And I am stoked. So Roit, welcome, darling, welcome. And let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit of what I know. So she started in the arena of classical music in the classical way. As a young girl, she trained in Israel and USA to become a soprano singer with everything that it entails. Practice, discipline, and hard work in the face of challenge. Now, Roit, how are you doing? And then tell us your version of who you are and a little bit about you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dawn, for this fantastic introduction and for having me. It's such a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. So you got that part right. I did start my classical music training as a soprano. I thought I would become an opera singer. I really loved singing. I've done the path, through choirs and formal training and all that. But then, life just threw some other options at me, and I decided that orchestra conducting was actually my greatest passion. So, yeah.
OMG. I'm ecstatic. I don't know. I haven't met, a conductor, like in this way. Only seen it on stage, of course, you all doing your thing,
Yeah.
So this is such an honor. So before we dive in, tell me your meaning, your definition of resilience.
Wow. Resilience for me is, pushing through when you really want something, but life throws at you, challenges and events that are beyond your control, which we all have. And, the sacrifice you're making today for what you want tomorrow or the next year is worth it. And when you get down, you just get up, back up again and continue pushing through.
Yes, pushing through. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's start there. Let's start at one pushing through area that you had to do to get to where you are right now.
Only one?
Yeah, we're going to start there, but yes, we want to talk about 2 or 3 because we want to know what it takes to be in your industry. We want to hear your story. We want to hear your story.
Well, I think for me, it's about 2 major things. First and foremost, the classical music industry is really cutthroat. So you are competing with the best of the best. So as a baseline, you have to be really good at what you're doing, at what you do. You have to be super professional. You don't have any margin of, for errors. So that's the main thing, that you really have to always be your best and try to carve your own way, your own path, because everyone has a different journey. Yes. So, comparing yourself is not working. You really have to find your own voice musically and personality, your personality, everything. And the other thing for me, especially, is trying to combine all that with raising a family,
Wow.
Yeah. So, I think these 2, they don't really go hand in hand sometimes.
Yes. So let's talk about that balance. How did you do that balance? How did you balance that out? How did you do the family, the pressures of, work? Because this is your work. This is your passion. This is your career, your life. And time for you.
Well, it has been a struggle. I won't lie. I think that every musician, every classical musician that wants to raise a family, and especially us women that have to go through the pregnancy, of course. And
Yeah.
I breastfed my children, so
Oh, wow.
it was really, really difficult. I have to say it was really challenging. I did my master's and my training throughout the same time as my pregnancies, and
Yeah.
I would rush, from university to pick up my kid from daycare, and just study at night. It was really insane, truly.
Wow. Demanding, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, my
that
goodness.
is the word.
Look, my gosh, that's crazy. So, let's see. So, as an international orchestra conductor, as you are, and a performance coach, because I believe you do coaching, correct?
Yes, I was very fortunate to combine my two passions, which is the musical side and the coaching side. And also, I do lectures and things about, leadership, keynote speaking, and things like that. So I have my own company here in Barcelona, and we do one-on-one coaching and workshops and things like that from the orchestral world into the
Oh my
corporate world.
gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's exciting. That's exciting. So I'm going back to those barriers. What other barriers have you encountered in this male dominant field of conducting? And how have you navigated them to establish your career?
Well, for me personally, I think the first challenge was that when I started out, I did not see or know of any role model, any female orchestra conductor that I knew of. It
Mhm.
was a bit before social media and things like that, so it was hard to find, who to look up to.
Yeah.
And I kept receiving these really challenging feedbacks from my male professors saying that
Mhm.
perhaps I should focus on a very, a lighter, like a less demanding career,
Mhm.
because I wanted to become a mom and things like that. And maybe, the orchestra conducting path wasn't for me. So these are things that I constantly had to deal with. I think even nowadays, sometimes I work with a soloist that would tell me, "Oh my God, you're the first female conductor I've ever worked with," and it's just insane, we're in
Wow.
2025, so that is a bit
Exactly.
strange. Yeah,
Wow.
but it's a constant. You have to prove yourself way more than your
Mm.
male peers usually, and you
Mhm.
have to show that your place is there amongst the same professionals.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. And we're in 2025. So that brings me to, what do you tell other, women that wants to do this? What's a piece of advice that you would give them, or, some wisdom?
Well, I think you have to get used to hearing lots and lots and lots of no's. Any classical musician, any performer will tell you that instantly. It never gets old. You constantly have to work on that, let's say, muscle, or that skin that you need. So that would be the first, and the second would be, listen, if you know in your heart that that is what you want to do,
Mhm.
usually like 99% of the people will tell you, don't do it. It's not
Right.
worth it. It's going to
Right.
be super difficult. The journey is hard. And they're probably right.
Hmm.
But if you do choose this path, it has meaning. It has a reason. It's not something that, we're just doing because it's easy. It's
Yeah.
something that, the universe or God or whoever you want to call it just brought to us.
Yeah.
So if you feel that passion in your heart, you just have to go for
Yes.
it. You just do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good. So I, excuse me, I want to say that the end journey is worth it, or the journey is worth it. you know?
Well, the journey is worth it, definitely, but also, it makes you become a better person. It makes you become super resilient because you
Yeah.
have to. You just have to. And
Yes.
so, in life, I think, we all have these insane challenges. So
Hmm.
it's worth doing what you really want to be doing,
Hmm.
because life passes you so fast. And
Yes.
we keep on thinking maybe tomorrow, maybe in another month, but it's not worth it. You have to do
Right.
today what you want to do today.
Right. Oh my goodness. I love that. Do
Don't
today.
wait. Don't wait. Just do
Today.
it now.
Get out there. Push through, guys.
Exactly. Exactly. Put
Oh,
yourself out there and receive those no's. I mean, you're going to get like plenty of no's for sure.
yes. Yes. So talk about your consulting group. Is it BHZ Consulting
Yes,
Group?
BHZ is actually it's a homage to my extended family. It's like is these are my three last names for my grandparents, from both sides.
Oh,
So because I'm Roit Feldenkreis by marriage, and I've been, that is my performance name. So
yeah.
I thought it would be nice to incorporate my other, my heritage in my
Yes.
personal company. So yeah, it's
Yes.
Bernstein, Hillsberg, and Sizzling all the same. So that is PhD, which is kind of cool.
That
Uh,
is beautiful.
yeah, it had to be something personal. It just couldn't be like okay, whatever. It is, yeah.
Yes.
So at PhD, what we do is we basically this is a performance coaching firm. And
Mhm.
what I did, I created these methods and frameworks from the
Mhm.
orchestral world that take the skills that I've had to teach myself as an orchestra conductor and translate them into the corporate world. So
Mhm.
I work with senior managers, executives, but also mid-level managers that are sometimes they need that extra like onboarding stage that they need to suddenly manage people and they need this type of one-on-one and to see how they start. So all these types
Yeah.
of people, executives, and what we do, we focus on specific skills that are very much needed in the orchestral world, and we help managers, senior level or mid level, just really improve their leadership skills.
Yes. That is amazing. So, can you share a little bit more of your musical background influences that approach your leadership and your performance coaching?
Okay, so from my background, that is a really interesting question because as a musician, from an early age, we really are accustomed to doing what our teacher says we need to do. So if I
Right.
were to sing, I would sing exactly like my teacher is showing me how to, or same goes for pianists, violinists, etc. So
Mhm.
when we get to those professional stages, um, we are really accustomed to doing that, but at the same time it's more
Wow.
like okay, listen, now is the time to find your own voice
Yes.
as a performer and
Hmm.
your own voice as a leader. So no one tells you and no one can give you these pointers on how to lead people, and
Hmm.
rather you have to find out who you are as a leader and how
Yes.
you make that connection and inspire and harness the people that you are working with. So
Okay.
yeah, so I had to watch all these mentors, all these conductors, but at the same time search constantly to
Hmm.
see who like what type of leader I am.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So it made you your own style and how you cultivate it. I
Yeah.
love that. That's good. You owned you.
Exactly,
You
because
took
on
some.
the stage, you cannot be anyone else.
Yes.
The orchestra immediately knows when you're pretending or you're doing something that isn't yours. And I think that in leadership, it's really the same thing, in any type of leadership, you have to be authentic. And
Yes.
that is the first thing that I work, with anyone that is struggling in any aspect of leadership, is that the thing is about how you find your own voice and, make it your own thing.
Yes, yes. That is good. That's what I like to hear. Cultivated for you because whatever for the boys, I don't know, my man is really stuck there. It is stuck there like us women, we always got to fight for our place, it seems like. And I'm just astounded at what you're doing, in your field. I really am. And ladies, the little lads, the children out there, the female ones, that's who I'm talking to. You all could do this too. I am loving
Exactly.
this.
And one of the things that I love to do is actually working with female leaders, especially because I get that struggle. You have to keep so many balls up in the air as a leader, especially as a female executive in a male-dominated field, which there are quite a few amazing women that are, breaking these glass ceilings. But what is happening is that we are all quite isolated. And isolation as a conductor is something that we are struggling with because we arrive at the orchestra, for 2-3 days, that's it. And the players know each other and you have to just come and lead. So female execs, when they're, in that position, they're really, really isolated. So one of my main, I really, really love working with female leaders. It's just amazing to see how much support we can create and that inspiration for all of us.
Yeah. So what I was thinking while you were talking about that, this is your community. Like, have you, or maybe you have, or maybe you've been thinking about it too, starting like a support community for female, conductors?
Yeah. Well, for female conductors, there are a few resources out there for sure. What I would love to do, and I hadn't had the chance yet, is to form a support group for female executives worldwide. A global network that you can just vent a little and get your support and really focus on the best leadership there is while you're working in a high performance job or high performance field as I am, because the stress and the challenges just keep coming.
Yes. No, yes. This is good. While you were talking, I was trying to think of, I know of one. I'm gonna have to email you and get back to you on that, but I do know of one international community a lady has built. And I tap in once in a while when I can. I need to do more, but I don't want to spread myself too thin. I'm trying to get a grips of everything else that I have my hand in, but I'm gonna send you an email. I'm writing myself a note right now
For sure.
so I can send you that.
Awesome.
But so I want to know more of I would like to know just a little bit more of like your childhood that brought you to, yes, this is what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah. It's curious, because I grew up, as I mentioned before, I grew up as a singer. So and I lived for a few years in the US. So I was very fortunate in every place I went to or lived in. Each school teacher, each music school teacher would say, "Oh my God, yeah, that's nice. You have talent, so you should join the choir, the orchestra. You should play an instrument." So I was really fortunate to have people supporting me throughout my journey, because I did not come from a family with money or resources or connections or anything. Just really amazing parents, loving family, but that's it. So I was very fortunate to have these mentors from a very, very young age. I think from when I was 7. So every school year, someone would mentor me, and that was really amazing. So when I got back to Israel, I joined a choir when I was about 14, and this children's choir is still one of the most famous professional children's choir in the country.
Wow.
So we had the privilege of traveling worldwide, singing for presidents, prime ministers, opera houses, and everything like that.
Wow.
And I think during those years when I was exposed to all that amazing music, these amazing conductors, so I was watching them. I would be watching them and saying to myself, oh, wow, I want to do that. I want to do that. Let me get up on that podium and manage like the entire rehearsal or the concert. And I put that on the back burner for a few years. I decided like, yeah, maybe it's not for me, because it's such a crazy profession. And everyone would tell me, no, listen, it's insane. You shouldn't do it, especially orchestra conducting, because choral conducting, you have the opportunity of working a bit closer to home because there are just fewer more choirs. It's just something like that. So it took me a few years to say, no, I really want this and I'm just going to do it. But it is from a very young age, that passion, the orchestral sound and the feeling of like seeing the entire picture, the soloist, the choir, everyone together. It is an amazing experience.
Wow. So real fast, just give people that are going into this field, they saying this is their passion, this is what they want to do too. Tell them a little bit of what to expect, like what you're going to have to study, what you need to learn, how are you going to have to bounce back, just a piece of the prereqs.
Okay, well, there are a few things that I think are crucial. The first is, just start like today. So really enroll in whatever program you can. If it's something that's, you can choose an instrument, fine. If not, play whatever you have lying around the house, It doesn't have to be a certain, I'm not a pianist, and that is more difficult for me. But although it's like that, I'm still a conductor. So, it is nice to have, but I did not have a piano in my house growing up. So it is what it is, you just have to push through. And use the abilities that you have, the talent that you have. So basically start an instrument, join a choir, join a little ensemble, do whatever you can to start any type of musical studies.
Yeah,
I would concentrate on learning theory as well if you can. It is really important for conducting to be really masterful of theory, not just being a professional player. And the other thing is I would try to within the community to see as many concerts as possible. It can be community orchestras, it can be in church, in school, in synagogue, whatever. Just be exposed to as much as possible. And luckily we live in a day and age that everything is there. So just open a YouTube, open your YouTube or open your Instagram or TikTok and look for classical music or whichever music you like. Because nowadays everything is just online. You can get so many resources that for example, I did not have, We grew up like in an offline community, basically. So I do make the most of it myself. If I need to, study a new piece, then I usually get inspiration from different conductors worldwide, and I see what other people are doing. So it's really interesting to be connected.
Wow, that is good. There we have it, guys. So, Roit, tell everyone how they can reach out to you for your services and how to reach you, all your contacts. Let us know.
Okay, so I'm all over the place. You can reach me in whatever platform you want. I have Instagram, Facebook. LinkedIn, of course, and YouTube. My personal website, I think, is up on here. And also my company website is bhzgroup.com. So, but, you can reach me through all these channels. And I do my own, my own socials and everything. So I am the one replying, because it is so important for me to maintain that connection with everyone. I don't have anyone managing. It's time consuming, but like crazy, but it keeps me really connected with everyone that I engage with.
Yeah. Yes, I totally understand that piece. I am the same way. They will be talking to me. So any last words, anything that's on your heart?
I think, in this day and age, don't waste time, just it's not going to get easier tomorrow. And anything, to quote my one of my favorite conductors of all time, Leonard Bernstein, the pianist, composer, and conductor, that he says anything worthwhile is difficult and requires effort and requires sacrifice. Nothing comes easy, nothing. So if you really want anything, just do it. And especially in classical music, if you really want it, then now is the time to go practice and go, reach out to people and see what you can do.
Wow. Yes, that's good. I just received that. Yes. I needed that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So happy.
Yes. So Roit, as I tell all of my guests, thank you so much for being on. This is an honor, like seriously, for me. Thank you for your time. Yes. Thank you for your time, because we don't get it back. We don't get it back, and it's precious. And I'm really, really grateful.
Exactly. Yeah.
This has been awesome. I have to keep in commune with you and see what you're doing. Seriously, because I'm gonna have to take a trip out there. I've never been out to Barcelona.
Oh, I have to get to Phoenix as soon as possible, for sure.
Please, yes, get to Arizona. Yeah, I got this long list of places I need to get to. And I am starting this year. I really am this
Fantastic.
year. But this has been an honor. I am just grateful. Thank you so much, Roit.
Thank you, Dawn. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Yes, my Resilience family, y'all. This has been awesome. And thank you for tuning in. If you're listening now or listening later, I appreciate you guys. I'm nothing without you. Wouldn't be here without my listeners. So, guys, as I always say, stay resilient, guys. Always stay well. Stay safe, guys. Always stay resilient, right? I love it. Until next time, guys, be blessed.